SaySo Radio, SaySo Radio.
What you say, who the hottest on the airwaves? SaySo Radio, shutting down the headset. Who provided the hottest topics on the streets? Got the market talking about it from the DM to the V. Pass the matrix round the table like a hot potato. Step to the mic and don't let it go until you say so. You give the credit where it's due. WLVS, ha, nothing but the truth.
SaySo Radio, SaySo Radio.
Trust me, baby. It's just me and you. I promise.
I really hope you hear yourself in moments like these. My sister would take a bullet for you. And despite her telling me all the fucked up things that you do to her, at the end of the day, she loves you. She always has and probably always will.
And it's hard finding someone loyal nowadays.
You either gonna tell us or we gonna beat it out your ass. So pick one. Oh. Sorry.
Erica! Come sit down.
You know, Jasmine, I never thought that I'd be like the guy that you like. Well, mainly because you're my best friend.
Baby, give me some advice, yeah. Ain't even stressed if I tell you what's in my mind. If I share this on my mind, would you kindly say your darling? Mister, I'm searching, he said.
Erica! Erica! Come back here!
So we gonna get worse, enjoy your time. So we gonna get worse. Do you mind it if I ask why? It's a little bit of my life. It's only
I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to be in the middle of it.
Save yourself, he said.
Sorry?
He's gonna break your heart.
You're always
Gonna
sorry!
fly away.
You can't love me,
Baby, you know
Calvin!
what I did, and I'm sorry, but you're not about to beat my ass. Oh, stop! Oh, you're crazy! Move! Stop!
Gonna move away, you're gonna break your heart. There's no reason gotta break your heart. You're always gonna find a way to break your heart. Listen, say, break your heart. You're always gonna find a way to break your heart. Listen, say, break your heart.
Introducing
You're always gonna find a
Alex
way to break your heart. Listen, say, break your heart.
You have no idea.
It's only gonna get worse.
It makes me crazy.
You're always gonna get hurt.
coming soon exclusively to YouTube.
Welcome everyone to SaySo Radio with Andre Harris and friends, and I'm here today with my dear friend Walter Hilliard. Let's welcome him. This is National Nutrition Month. And with that being said, we are going to talk about living healthy, being healthy, eating healthy, and, treating yourself to good health. I just want to give a shout out to our Harlots Web family. Yay! You saw the video, the intro. We are actually on episode 3. We just finished watching episode 3. So if you go to YouTube, you can see Harlots Web, or go to harlotswebtv.com or harlotsweb.com, and you will find us. We're not hard to find. It's a great mini-series, but I must warn you, it is for mature audiences only. Everything ain't for everybody, okay? So mature audiences only, and I just want to just also again, hey, harlotsweb.com, harlotswebb.com. The producer and the visionary behind that is on live with us today. So we thank them. We will be having the Harlots Web crew come back, and you get up close and personal, and, having lunch with Calvin and lunch with Erica. So I'm excited for all the good things that are happening. But we want today to talk about healthy lifestyle. And before we get into the whole spiel of healthy lifestyle and healthy living, let's talk about Walter. How did you grow up and your life before you got to where you are today?
Well, I grew up in between Northeast and Landover. I grew up typical DC child. We were very active when I was young. As I got older, became non-active, got into the party life, and that's when the weight came on. Mm-hmm. Had ballooned up to like 305 pounds. And from that, I watched many of my family members perish from bad eating, lack of activity, and so forth. So around, 2010, 2011, when I had the epiphany, something got to change. Mm-hmm. I've lost an aunt, a grandfather, both sides of my family, man, from self-imposed ailments. Mm-hmm. So I deemed it necessary to change. Okay. Somebody had to change within our family, man, that can really show the example of a healthy lifestyle. I mean, I'm not perfect, yet I'm conscious. Okay. I'm aware of the detriment of eating unhealthy, lack of activity, and so forth. So I just took charge and delved into this fitness world, and it's my life now. It's a lifestyle.
Now, there is a huge, I mean, even in the fitness, health, and wellness industry, that's like $1 billion industry. True. Everybody has something going on that has to do with health and wellness. But the question is, how do we really get into it where it makes sense? Because for me, I'm a TV person. So, and I don't know about anybody else, but y'all know them late night infomercials. If you go in my garage, I have so many things that I purchased that was supposed to help me do a whole lot of stuff. Right. And but I realized, Walter, that if my mindset is not there, it doesn't matter. So what would you say to someone who has been having eating disorders or dealing with severe obesity? Like you say, you had ballooned up to 300-something pounds, and they went through a lot of extreme measures, and yet they still resort back to where they once were because the mindset hasn't come together.
True indeed. Like with me, I'll always reference self. I had to reevaluate my love for myself. Okay. A lot of us deem we have unconditional love for ourselves, yet that love stops when certain conditions arise. Mm-hmm. And many of them come from our desires. So from that point, I realized that I had to eradicate many of my desires and bad habits, and most likely my peer group. Mm-hmm. And then, truthfully, anyone that's really trying to change, man, you got to health-proof your home.
Wow.
Like you just said, you're
health-proof your home.
You're an infomercial person. So how is it that you can have your biggest triggers in your comfort zone? Your guards are not up. You're not on point anymore. So it's like habitually you go to what brings comfort within that environment. So I deemed it necessary to first revolutionize my home. Wow. I had to have my environment had to complement what it is I was trying to do. Okay. There's nowhere in the world, I was a sweets guy. I love cookies. Oh God. I love potato chips. So it's nowhere in the world that I can have these things or these triggers in my home when my guard is down. This is a place where my guard is down. I'm not on point. You know, out in society, you're a little more conscious and aware, and most likely you can get away from things that is not conducive to a healthy lifestyle, but you can't run from it at home. And then a lot of us, you know, you get caught up into your sitcoms and your TV shows, and you habitually go get the things that go with that, your chips, your cookies. So that was the first thing. You know, I had to change the environment around me. And from that changing, man, it changed from, you know, friends, places I go, things I do. Didn't party as much anymore. I had to stop drinking. That was another problem with my weight, you know, that alcohol. So, I mean, just had to become fully aware of the things I allowed myself to be around.
So you say, hey, everybody. Okay, we got DeMonte, Arizona. We got Lynette in D.C., Lowood, Trina, Trisha Ann. We got everybody on here this morning. Welcome you all. We are talking about treating yourself to a healthy lifestyle. And you said my household. Now, that's strange that you would say that, because when you're dealing with a lot of children, it's hard. I guess that would be an excuse, right? It's hard to actually take all of that stuff out of your house when that's what you grew up on. You know, we grew up on the Now and Laters, the Kit Kats, the cookies, the Oreos, and for me, Lay's potato chips. That whatever addictive substance is in that, it is not a lie. You can't eat just one. And it says, I bet you can't eat just one. Right. So they will bet you can't eat just one Lay's potato chip, and they're not lying. So how do you take all of that stuff out of your house and not go through some type of withdrawal? Like, okay, hey Jennifer.
Yeah, well, you know, you start finding the healthy alternatives. If you're a chip person, then make your own. Make your own. Cut your potato, get you a potato slicer, cut it thin, put it in the oven, bake it yourself. Season it with Mrs. Dash, not a lot of sodium. You know, you do it yourself. Oh. Take a sweet potato, slice it down thin. You bake it yourself, extra virgin olive oil. I mean, you just find a healthy alternative instead of relying on others to provide it for you, which they're not. You know, you can't look at Lay's and hope that they're going to provide a healthier version for you. Like what you just said, it's something in that's addictive. So now that you're aware of that, now you got to do something that can counter that. And that's found a healthier alternative yourself. But I wouldn't say go crazy and just eradicate every unhealthy thing in your home, because that's overwhelming. You wean yourself off of it. So the next time you go grocery shopping, you don't go for the Lay's. You know, you start transitioning out. Okay. So you make a conscious effort not to bring it to your home anymore. Wow. You literally make a conscious effort. You don't just go crazy and throw everything away. 9 times out of 10, you're going to relapse and go right back to it.
I'm trying to tell you.
So every time you go grocery shopping, you make a conscious effort, an earnest effort, not to buy the things that's not conducive to the health you're trying to obtain. So, again, you start seeking these things out, recipes, get a trainer, consult with a nutritionist. I mean, you really become proactive in that change.
Speaking of getting a trainer and consulting with the nutritionist, you are actually a trainer and a nutrition expert, pretty much, right?
Right. That came with my cert. Yeah, I'm a nutrition specialist. I work for Planet Fitness for going on 4 years now. Started in Clinton, Old Branch Avenue. Did wonderful things there. Changed a lot of lives there. Now I work at the East-West Highway, the PG Plaza Mall location, and I'm doing the same. One thing we as a people, especially in the urban area, we need physical examples. We need a tangible example that is possible. And so that's what I pride myself on, showing you that it's possible, especially if you knew me from the old me. So if you knew me from the old me, then you know it's possible to change.
Tell me this, because I realize that when we're dealing with obesity and we're dealing with unhealthy lifestyles, I met several women also at the Planet Fitness who were thicker than I was, but as healthy. But they said it was their lifestyle that, you know, most of the people in their family were fairly thick, but they weren't healthy. And these young ladies that I met were very, very healthy young ladies. They told me how they do menu planning, and they told me how they stayed away from a lot of sugar and, you know, carbs and processed foods and things like that. And all of that sounded good. And even for me, because I let everybody in the world know I have a food addiction, and so therefore I cannot really eat a lot of foods that are, especially sugar. Sugar to me is like drugs. So I'm not supposed to have it, but yet I find myself, like you say, relapsing. So being a nutritional specialist, what would you say to people who do have eating disorders, who want to stop and seem to can't stop? Is worse than drugs, because food, you're around it every day. You're always around it.
Right. I mean, again, the first place to start is at home. It starts at home, and I have to reiterate, do not bring it into your home. And this is how you build up a resistance. You know, you fight that resistance. You know, repetition is powerful, so you repetitiously deny yourself of it, you'll become stronger in it. But it's imperative that you find healthier alternatives. You like candy, put strawberries in the oven. Once you let them bake for a while, it tastes just like candy. It tastes just like a Jolly Rancher. You know what?
I'm gonna have to try that.
Literally, get you some dehydrated fruit. You know, you start switching these things out. And first thing first, you gotta let yourself know that the addiction is not more powerful than you.
That's right.
That you gotta love yourself beyond that addiction. You know, some of us cry, have unconditional. Yeah, I love myself unconditionally until those conditions present itself. And that's conditional love.
That's right.
Because when you love yourself unconditionally, you don't knowingly place yourself in harm's way.
And I say that a lot about situations so many times. It's because for me, I've been, come April, you know, God has took the taste of drugs and alcohol from me 26 years.
Congratulations.
And cigarettes, it had been over 15 years. But I started saying things like, okay, well, how come I couldn't combat this? I mean, God, you help me with this, you help me with that. But there are certain things that you have to actually, and this is just for me because this is not a religious program, but we are spiritual by nature. What I realized for me is that same level of trust and faith that I had, I lost it in this area. It's like, okay, I could handle this, but I'm going to take over this. And every time I go and do this, my life shows. Like when I eat a lot of sugar, I'm tripping. I'm off the chain, and I don't handle situations well. And I always take it back to, what did you have this morning? Daggone Captain Crunch. So you're saying alternatives. Somebody asked right here, how do you get back on track when you lose motivation?
Again, it's about the people you surround yourself with as well. Some people can be what I call like cosmic vampires and suck the life out of you. How can you be around one that doesn't complement your ambition? You have to start surrounding yourselves around people that's where you're at or striving to get to where you want to be. You can't be around Jody and Black that like to go to Popeyes every day. Not saying disassociate yourself, but consciously place yourself around those who are going to motivate you. For one, Planet Fitness, come see me. You know, that's what I do. But for the most part, you got to start being aware of the energy you allow around you because it's infectious. Somebody's going to rub off on somebody. How can you be around 10 unhealthy people? You're going to become the 11th one.
Wow.
And I'm not saying disassociate yourself, cut your friends off, but when you literally take a stance in becoming healthy, they'll wean themselves out of your life on their own. And you'll start attracting that what you deserve. You really got to start making a conscious decision to be around those who are going to motivate you. Place yourselves in an environment that you know is going to help take you to the next level. You know, we can't say that we want to live healthy, but you always hanging around McDonald's. You can't say that you want to live healthy, but you're always going to barbecues that got everything unhealthy on the grill. And I'm not saying don't go, but until you can build that resistance up, stay away.
Yeah.
It's all about self. You got to get into self first, and then you got to perpetuate this self-love, and you're going to force others to either help you, compliment you, or disassociate.
Wow. And it's amazing that when we start making changes and transitions in our lives, that we do lose. We lose people, but we also gain because you'll end up being around like-minded people. Right. And I tell you a lot of times, if people are not building you, they're killing you. So we have to make a conscious decision, and I say we as a people, to be around people who are going to build us up. Let's talk about your stints with veganism at one point.
Yeah, I went vegan from my 39th to my 40th birthday, and it was phenomenal. The energy level the first 2 months was off the Richter scale. The mental clarity was beyond my wildest dreams. It was beautiful. I have nothing bad to say about it. I went into it because I kept saying at one time it wasn't for me. But how can I keep saying something that's not for me if I never gave it a try?
Wow.
What do I have to compare it to? I never tried it. I never delved into that lifestyle. So I took a year out of my life and became straight vegan. And it was wonderful. In fact, I'm about to go back vegan. I came out of it. I don't eat beef or pork. Haven't eaten beef or pork since '96. But I'm about to go back to veganism because I did it for a year, recorded. I kept composition books of how I felt, how these things felt when I was neglecting myself. So I studied myself. So now I have endless composition books and notes of how I felt when I deprived myself of this, how I felt when I was eating this. And so I compared the two. Now I'm back to eating seafood and vegetables. I eat a lot of vegetables and I eat a lot of salmon and tuna here and there. But for the most part, I have something to compare it to now. Now I'm starting to see that now that I'm back on the animal, not knocking anyone who eat animal, chicken, or whatever. Now that I'm back on these things, my energy level is not as high. My mental clarity is not as clear. My focus is not as clear. So now I have something to compare it to. Now, if I say I love myself, which one shall I choose?
Clarity.
I'm going back to veganism. So, you know, I've been like, since October I went back on my birthday, I ate some salmon. And that's when it kicked it off. I went back to eating seafood.
And the thing about that is I like when you say that's when it kicked it off, because anything that we have come out of, when we go back into it, that urge is even more. And so I don't knock veganism. In fact, I support everybody's right to their food choice, but I also support everybody's right to a healthy food choice. And for me, I used to do a lot of celebration with food. Everything was celebrated. We're going to eat here, we're going to eat there. And when they started them all you can eat, that was just a straight up setup for poor health. They have a salad over here, but then they have everything else over there with all kinds of crazy stuff. Nobody's going to all you eat to eat salad. That's not it's just subliminal messages that they were sending. Now, you said that you work at Hey Everybody at Planet Fitness, but you also do personal training, correct? Let's talk about that.
Yes, the name of my business is Walt's Results, and you know, like my mission statement is, I'm striving to get results all across the spectrum of life. It's not just about fitness, and what I try to do is show people that fitness and health, or just fitness, is not just something to do. It's not a tedious task. It's a lifestyle. You know, a lot of us have vain ambition. We go into it with vanity first. We want to look good. We want the appraisal. We want the attention. That's cool. Whatever gets you into it, cool. But as time go on and you evolve, you'll begin to see that I'm doing this for the longevity of my life, for the quality of life. I started off, I wanted the six-pack, I wanted the attention of the women, and so forth. But as I further my studies, I understood that how important cardio is, how important strength training is, especially once we reach the age of 30. You know, our bodies begin to regress 10% every year. So the only way to offset that, we have to strength train. I'm talking about our muscle density. We have to start doing things that complements longevity. We have to start doing things that complements a healthy lifestyle. So, you know, I just really made a conscious effort and decision to change my life and motivate others through Walt's Results. So that's what I do. I do motivational speaking. I do boot camps. In fact, my boot camp was called For the Love of Self. And everything I do, I direct you back to self, because self is where it first starts at, and thought is the cause of it all. So you got to be careful of the thoughts you allow to come into your brain, allow you to come into your mind, the things you allow to entertain you. So that's basically what Walt's Results is strictly about. It's about perpetuating this lifestyle and educating people, because when you know better, you can do better.
That's right.
Like you just said, some people don't know how. They don't know how to make the healthier alternative. They just don't know how, but you know, that's what I do. I go put my face in them books every day, and I try to, you know, make it as simple as possible. You know, everybody can't take a curriculum and break it down to a simplistic fashion. So this is what I pride myself on, making it simple.
Well, the phone lines are open. You can call us at 301-442-1716. And the topic is National Nutrition Month. We're actually commemorating National Nutrition Month, but the topic is treating yourself to good health. So if anybody want to call in, you have any comments, you can call us at 301-442-1716. And Like he said, he does Waltz results, and he'll teach you how to menu plan, teach you workouts according to what you can handle. And that's what I like, because it shouldn't be a one size fit all workout plan. And I think that's what turned a lot of people off at one point when it was coming out with the fitness world, because everybody was doing everything, and it just that one suit did not fit everyone. So we appreciate that. Now there's a couple things that you've actually broadened your perspective in, and that was actually dealing with. Oh, we have a phone call. 1 second. Thank you for calling SaySo Radio. Turn off your recorder, please. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, that's okay. Show, okay, and calling in. You can call back, caller, if you like. But when you call, we ask that you turn your volume down, and you can watch us live at www.listenvisionlive.com. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello, you can turn your radio down.
Oh yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for calling.
I wanted to know if Walter had a Facebook or Instagram, and if he would go live on the stage.
Yeah, I have an Instagram which I can refer people to that's strictly about fitness and health. It's walk_result_fitness. You go on, check it out. It's a lot of things on there I post about working out, motivational quotes and so forth. And my Facebook is my name, Walter Hilliard, WALTERHILLIARD. And you can go on, check me out.
Are you on your Facebook now live?
No.
We're on Andre Candy Harris live. You want to go live on your Facebook?
Okay.
We're on Andre ANDREE Candy KANDIE Harris. We're on Andre Candy Harris live.
Okay, cool.
All right, and come on in. Thank you for calling. You're calling from Louisiana?
Huh?
You're calling from where?
Oh, I'm calling from Planet Fitness, Fort Washington.
Oh, Fort Washington. Okay.
Yes.
All
This is
right.
Brother on the phone.
Oh.
I'm watching y'all now. I'm like, why he not live? Why he's doing this right now?
But that's okay. It'll be on YouTube. It'll upload to
Okay.
YouTube in a very few once we get off the air.
Okay, I see him grabbing his phone. Yeah, put that up there, man. Put this on there.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling.
Okay.
Anybody else, you can call in 301-442-1716. We are talking about National Nutrition Month. I had pulled up something on the Journey of Extension talking about barriers to a healthy lifestyle.
Right.
Share with us some of the barriers that stop us from living a healthy lifestyle.
Again, you said it before, mental blockage, lack of knowledge. That's one of the biggest barriers. Lack of knowledge, not knowing in what direction to go. And many other barriers, again, like I say, I'm always reiterate your home. This could be another barrier, the environment that you find yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take control of the environments you place yourself in. You have to be conscious of these things. And then another barrier is actually walking through that gym door, getting the motivation to walk through that gym door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably the hardest part is
Wow.
commit to fitness. That's one of the most hardest parts and the most difficult parts about this journey is committing to it. And then,
I'm thinking about, when you said that, I've joined Planet Fitness like 5 times. And I had the black card and all that stuff, right?
Right.
But I used to go like at 4 a.m. because I could it was just really good. I watched Law and Order while I was on the treadmill at 4 a.m. Then after a while, I was like, I'm just too tired.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this. But it was probably after I had maybe a Snickers or something, had that quick rush, and I was just too tired to do it. And so you're talking about that one word called commitment.
That's right.
And if you cannot commit, you will not submit. Period. Point blank.
Most definitely. Like you said, though, in a lot of the things we eat have adverse effect on our stamina, on our conditioning, and so forth. So you said it, man. When you're eating a lot of sugar, that sugar rush, that crash is detrimental, and it pulls all the life out of you. You know, so again, it's about knowledge, information, and that's what I pride myself on, trying to get as much information out to people as I can. You know, a lot of people don't understand now how today you can drink a whole 2-liter soda, but back in the day you couldn't, because back in the day they didn't have high fructose corn syrup. They didn't have a man-made product that your body couldn't register. They had real sugar, and your body could register sugar, and they had a shut-off mechanism that make you say, I'm done. But when you're eating these processed foods and you're consuming these things, your digestive system, your brain, your body cannot register it, so we overconsume.
Wow.
We overconsume because we're putting things in our body that our body cannot register,
Wow.
and our body can't shut off against. So you're overconsuming before you realize the damage done. Then you get into this guilt trip, and that's a slippery slope. You're like, oh, well, I already drunk half of it, now I might as well finish it off. I don't eat half the cookies. I might as well eat them now. You just finish it off and start fresh tomorrow. So you get into a downward spiral of guilt. And before you know it, damage done. Now you're looking for the doctors to work a miracle. You allow them to play a part in your life that they shouldn't. And I'm not knocking the medical field. I'm just saying they're only there to help, not eradicate.
Right.
They can help the problem, but you're the one that can get rid of the problem.
Wow. So, again, our phone lines are 301-442-1716, and we are talking about treating yourself to healthy living. Anybody have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns? If not, we're going to listen to a little song, and we're going to come back, and Walter is going to show us some workout stuff. Now, I do have on my workout gear, but y'all know it's just for show, right? Okay, it's for show, because I ain't getting on no floors and doing no sit-ups. But he's going to show us how we can do some low-impact workouts that's sufficient for people who have, disabilities, or they have what you call certain hindrances and things they're not able to do, but they do want to start the process of being healthy. So please, please, please don't touch that dial. We will be right back.
Thank you.
Okay, y'all. Welcome back to Say So Radio with Andre Harris and friends. We are here today because we're dealing with treating yourself to good health. And Walter's here, and he's going to show us some different type of workouts that's going to help us out in our ab area. Some of you need some, thigh lifts and all that kind of stuff, like me, for instance. But so we're going to turn it over to him, and he's going to give us some workout examples.
Some of the common problems and issues I see people are faced with: lower back pain. That's a great sign of a weak core. A lot of people want to understand, how is it that I can build my core? I don't know what to do. I can't do a sit-up. Well, sit-up is not really a core builder. It's an abdominal builder, but it's not a core builder. Now, you want to get down to the core. You want to start off with planks. You start off moderately from an assisted plank where you elevate yourself. You want to contract your quad, and you want to contract your abdominal region. You want to contract your glutes. That means squeeze. Keep it tight for 10 seconds. You do intervals. You do 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So you do 10 seconds, get you a watch, like with a timer on it, that can count down, and it beeps, and that's the indicator to get up.
So show us how to do it. He said 10 seconds, and let us roll.
10 seconds, hold. And this here really strengthens your core so they can add support to your lower back, so that you can help eradicate that lower back pain. You hold it, hold it, hold it. You do this every day for 10 seconds, and then the next week you add 5 seconds. You do it for 15 seconds, and you keep going up in a pyramid style to inevitably you get into the minutes.
Wow.
Okay, now once you master the assisted plank, then you start lowering the platform that you do it on.
Oh, really? So this is considered an assisted plank. All right. So viewers understand that the assisted plank is with the 2 chairs. Now, see, I could do assisted plank for forever and ever. But now I'm finding out that when we graduate to higher moments where we can do it for minutes, then we have to start lowering the planks. Okay. So tell us what to do.
Okay. So say I would use the stage. That's like a few inches. You could say about 6 inches or better, about another 6 inches. Now you get down, the plank is more intense.
Wow.
Now you intensify the plank. Now you have to sustain more of your body. And then inevitably the goal is to get down here. That's the goal, to get down here, keep your body straight, keep your butt from out the air, and don't let your hips sag, because now you're compromising your form. Okay. And this is that's the inevitable goal. But you continue to lower the platform, and this intensifies the move and forces your core to adapt to a new level. You start high, gradually lower yourself till inevitably you're on the floor holding that plank. Then you may have to start over with your seconds again.
Okay.
Start back over at 10. Once you lower the platform, start all over again.
Okay, so
10 seconds.
So now I understand. So we start off just like we started with the chair. We start off in the seconds when we lower it. Okay, and then we go. And then is it ever on the floor?
Yeah.
We're not going on the floor.
What happens is,
ain't going on the floor.
You get these aerobic step boxes, and they come with risers.
Okay.
And you got the risers on the side, so that's the best way.
Okay.
To really start gauging your progress is to get you an aerobic step box that you see people do the aerobics on.
Okay.
And they have risers that come with them. Start it up as high and as comfortably as you can, and lower it every week until inevitably you on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And that's the best way.
Okay.
Build that core, help support that back, and then don't ignore strengthening the glutes.
Okay.
Because it's like from the knee up here, everything is working in complement of one another.
Okay.
This is your center, so you want to build from here, which is your quadriceps, all the way up to here. All this is from here, from front to rear, is a complement of one another. Okay. So when one is weak, you're overburdened and stressing out the other.
Oh, okay.
So if your core is weak, you're going to stress your back. If your back weak, you're stressing out your glutes weak, you're stressing out your hamstrings and so forth.
Wow. Okay.
So you want to start balancing it out.
Okay.
So you want to get into things like squats, if you're at home, and they say, well, I got a knee problem. So you grab your household chair,
okay,
and you use something, anything sturdy, to get your squat in and pull yourself back up.
Okay, well, let me try this one. This is for your squat stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so grab the household chair.
Get the chin up against
I'm gonna have to put the mic down, y'all.
Get up against something that's sturdy.
Okay.
And then you back up, keep your back straight, and you want to come down parallel or as far as your knees will allow. And when you need the assistance, pull on this or push yourself back up.
Okay.
When you pull on it, push back up. And what happens is it lessens the intensity or the stress on the knee, but allows you to still work your glutes. It allows you to work your glutes and your quads at the same time.
But that didn't feel this. Now see, this didn't hurt.
Right, and you get a more. Right now, we don't really have too sturdy. Like at home, you can get a countertop.
Right.
You can get something that's stationary that can really sustain your weight. This is rocking a little.
So
bit.
is that considered strength? Is this strength as well?
This is strength training.
Oh,
Now
okay.
You're working on the biggest muscle on your body. That's your glutes.
See, now when I used to hear strength training, I was like, I'm not. Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Well, your body is a gym. You don't always need to go lift weights. You just know what to do. You can work your entire body without lifting weights. Your entire body is a gym. It's just the knowledge. You just gotta have the knowledge. Again, though, keep in mind, work them legs because you burn more calories working legs than any muscle on the human body. There's no other muscle on your body that expands and exerts you like legs. Your glutes is the biggest muscle.
Okay.
The further you go down in the squat, the more glutes are involved. The more parallel you are, the more quadriceps involved. But keep in mind, if you ever see any workout infomercial, 80 to 90% they on their feet.
Right.
They're on their feet because the harder you work upright on your feet, the more calories you burn, the more endorphins you release into the body when you do a squat. That complements muscle growth everywhere.
Wow.
So keep that in mind. Get them legs right.
So what about people who love to walk? Because I'm a walker.
Walking is good, but what happens is you can plateau out. That's a natural function.
Okay.
That's a natural function that your body's accustomed to.
Okay.
So not much progress can come from that if you're not adding something to it. So
wow.
I would say walk in intervals. Speed walk, walk slow. Walk for a minute, do modified jumping jacks for a minute. Okay. Walk for a minute, do squats for a minute. But just the average walking is good, but it doesn't render as much results as
if you did something
as adding on to it.
Okay.
I'm not knocking walking. Walking is good. Something is always better than nothing. Mm-hmm. But after a while, your body gets accustomed to that. That's a natural function that you do.
Okay.
Not much development come of it. Some will come. Okay. But you have to start adding to it to increase it. Get you some 2-pound weights in your hand.
Okay.
Start adding on to your walk. Don't eradicate the walk. Become creative.
Okay.
Become creative. When you walk, now you start walking with the intent of raising your knee. Mm-hmm. Now you're hitting your lower abs.
Wow.
While you walking. So become creative with the walk. Just don't walk like you walking through the park, and really fix your mind on working out. Mm-hmm. Because mind-muscle connection is serious.
Okay.
You literally have to move with the intent purpose of working out and contracting those muscles. So while you walking, keep your glutes tight. While you walking, keep your core tight.
Now, ladies, y'all know how to get them glutes tight, okay? Now.
So, just start moving with the intent purpose of working out. Literally connect with your body. Literally just don't walk and lose yourself in the music and you forget that you're working out.
Right.
Literally move with the intent of contracting those muscles.
What I do is when I'm walking, because I do like 4 miles in intercostal pop.
That's good.
But I have to have my music and I dance some of the way.
That's
and
good.
I walk and then I dance.
Good.
But I bought roller skates. So I said, well, maybe I'll start roller skating up and down there. And I got a bike. So what about bike riding?
Bike riding is good too. Like I say, just find different terrain to ride on, the hills and so forth. Okay. Riding on hills is the most beneficial ever because it's taxing. Very taxing. And it helps build strength in the legs, build strength in the core, and it helps build the cardiovascular system. It helps you build your stamina. So there's nothing wrong with bike riding either.
Okay.
Because you can cover more ground riding a bike than you can walk.
Okay.
So that's a phenomenal thing to get on that bike. But for the most part, whatever you do, don't stay in one level for too long.
Okay.
Don't stay, because what happens is you'll plateau out.
Okay.
And this is where your disinterest come in.
Okay.
This is where your frustration come in. You don't see the results anymore, only because you're not doing the things to further your results.
Okay.
You have to be creative.
So when we start, it's all right to start, but we have to keep adding on to it in order for us to feel the benefits of the work.
Working out is likened to life in my mind.
Okay.
The more you do, the more you put into it, the more you can get out of it.
Okay.
So anything that you're doing, the more you put into your walk, the more you're going to get out your walk. But if you walk at the same level with the same intensity, or work out at the same level with the same intensity, your results gonna stop. You're gonna get just that from it.
Okay.
You know, so the more you put into it, the more you're gonna receive.
Okay. All right. Let's go back over to. I don't know what happened to me. Okay. I don't know. What message you need? Okay. All right. We're back. So, can you talk about how you could tap into? Can you talk about how you could tap into natural chemicals in your body that help us, like dopamine, neurodeline, and serotonin?
Well, the serotonin and the dopamines and the things of that nature, you can tap into many of these things from numerous aspects. You can tap into them through meditation, through the foods you eat, and through physical activity. Those are, a great extensive research that you can get into because there are many avenues in which to tap into these things. But for the most part, you can tap into them through sleep, meditation, mental focus, and activity.
Okay. I'm trying to find out other questions that were on there. Hi, everybody. Somebody said, Tara said she needs her workout. How can someone ask? How can I lose the arm? They call this what they call them the chicken wings under her arm fat.
Say it again.
How can she lose the arms? Right here in her arms.
First thing you need to know: whenever you're trying to eradicate fat, 80% of that comes from how you eat.
Okay.
Because you can come spend 2 hours in the gym and destroy it 10 minutes at McDonald's.
Okay.
So you got to be aware of that. Next thing is tricep work. You do a lot of tricep work, which I could have shown on the chair.
Oh, go ahead. You can. Okay. He's going to show us some tricep work. Let me get the camera back on that side.
Yeah, you put the camera over there. You can your tricep work. Chairs. So when your feet are at a 90 degree, this is the most easiest version. This is the easiest version. Contract. Don't make the mistake of doing this. That's what people do wrong. So when you want to build your tricep, come up, squeeze up top. Come up, contract your tricep. This is the best way to build a tricep. Now if you want to intensify the version, you put your legs all the way out.
Wow.
And then you go all the way down, up. All the way down, up. Understand, this is the easier version. When your arms and feet at a 90 degree, this is the easier version. This is the most intense version. And this is to build those triceps, to build those back arms.
Wow. Okay, so you guys have that. The easiest way to do that is build those triceps up. And that's a lot of times when we do lose weight and things like that, we do start having, I call it unwanted stuff. I call it things that we just care not to look at. But I do also know that it's very, very important that a healthy lifestyle is just important because our thinking process and everything is so much different when we're healthy. Any final words for our viewers?
Check me out, Ross Results. If you lack that motivation, this is what I do. I motivate. That's one of the things I pride myself on when I train. I motivate and I educate during my session. I'm going to tell you the things you should and shouldn't feel. You know, what I try to do is I try to get people away from mimicking the things they see. They go on YouTube and they mimic these moves, but they don't know the intricate detail of what's going on. Mm-hmm. So what I want to do is educate you in the process of elevating you. I want to help you eradicate those troubled areas you don't like, help you build the areas you want to build. But for the most part, outside of coming to see me, go see yourself. Get into yourself. Love yourself beyond those habits, man. If you tell yourself you love yourself unconditionally, then you got to start showing yourself that, which will force others to either love you the same or get away.
That's right. One more question a viewer asks, is it safe to wear clothes to make you sweat, or are you against that?
Long as the clothing allows you to breathe. Certain things I don't approve of, not knocking none of these things. The sauna suits are cool, but they can be dangerous.
I love sauna suits.
They're good, but they could be dangerous because they can quickly dehydrate you, and some of them don't ventilate. They don't allow oxygen to get into the body.
Wow.
You're suffocating yourself.
Wow.
Which I don't not, but you got some out here that are equipped to really work because they got the proper ventilation.
Wow.
You know, so be careful with that. Me, I'm old school. I'm gonna put on a pair of cotton Russells, a sweater hood, and I'm gonna go for what I know.
Okay. I did purchase some clothes, and Walmart has a good selection too.
Yes, they do.
That the clothes you could actually sweat in them, and it holds the water, and you feel really good. So there are different clothes out there too that you could actually wear. I'm a sauna suit girl, but when I wear my sauna suit, the funny thing about it, I have to wear leggings with them before I put them on my bare skin, and I have to keep a lot of water.
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated.
Because I have a problem with hydration, so I know. Could you flash those flyers that's coming up? Walt's results flyer. His Facebook is on there, and this is also June 9th. We're going to have Maurette Brown Clark and with Zion's daughters at Henry Wise School. That's June 9th. And my kids are dancers with this group. And what else? Eat healthy and be healthy. Lack of knowledge is the key factor that keeps us down. Misinformation is what keeps us bound to old theories. Allow me to help you get to your next phase in health and wellness. Walt's Results, and he's on Facebook. You can inbox him there. He does sports nutrition, weight loss, anti-aging, detoxification, seniors and persons with disabilities, children's health, menu planning, group and individual sessions, and his sessions are affordable. And he will not charge you to come and talk to you about your health. And he also can come to you, right? You can go to him. He's mobile also. So for those of you who can't get out, I do have a son who cannot get out and about like everybody else. So I'm real excited about him trying to maintain. He can use his right hand, so we're going to actually put him to work because he's getting a little bigger around the waist area. So with that, we really thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. This will be on YouTube. You could catch us there on WLVS and just look up SaySo Radio. All of the shows that you may have missed and you desire to see are on YouTube. Until next time, keep giving, keep giving, keep living, but most of all, keep loving. That's all for our show today.